Brown is for the crown of thorns they placed upon his head. After his prayer was done from Gethsemane, he gets up, and he's betrayed by Judas, and he's arrested by the mob, and he's taken to his trial, which is a sham, and his guilt is known before he's ever even shackled. His guilt is known before he ever has a trial. If they can coax some kind of a confession out of him, all the better for them, those horrible people. But they can't. He doesn't give them that glee. So they beat him and they abuse him and they bring up false witnesses against him. And then they send him off to be mocked and to be insulted and humiliated. For that we read Mark 15:17 through 20. They clothed him in purple, and they plaited, twisted, a crown of thorns, and my Bible says they put it on his head. The word actually means imposed. Like what you do when someone is saying no to you and you insist. They insisted this crown upon his head. And then they began to salute him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" And they smote him on the head with a reed and spat upon him and bowed their knees and worshipped him. And when they mocked him, they took the purple robe off him and put his own clothes back on him and led him out to crucify him. Your master was bullied. The crown of thorns that they twisted and they shoved on his head, thorns, by the way, a very poor rendering, because we're not talking about tiny little rose thorns. We're talking about sewing needles, long, sharp, stabbing him, 100 piercings in his brow. But the point of it was not to pierce him. That was a means to an end. The point was to humiliate him, to psychologically break him. But Jesus didn't break. He suffered, he endured, but he did not think evil of them. He maintained his composure in spite of the brown of the crown they placed upon his head. And in light of what he was willing to obey and suffer, a crown of thorns being just the least of it, what command has he given me that I could not obey? It doesn't pale. It pales in comparison to what he endured.